Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your November the 6th Raw results video from Manchester, England. But we first, we're going to go with birthdays. From November the 1st, Bobby Heenan. He was born 1944. Billy Gunn was born 1963. Tyler Rex was born 1978. Eli Drake. Well, you know the guy that in TNA. That's now JFW champion. He's always says dummy, yeah, dummy. Well, Eli Drake. He was born 1982. November 2nd birthday. Charmel. She was born 1972. Darren Young was born 1983. Samir Singh from the Singh brothers. He was born 1987. November 3rd, Dawn Marie. She was born 1970. Cameron was born 1987. Andre Cien Almas was born 1989. Nothing on the 4th. We go to November the 5th. Alexander Wolf from NXT. He was born 1986. And rounding out November the 6th, Brutus Magnus, Mickey James' husband. He was born 1986. And we got news. WWE passed on signing top Japanese wrestler Io Shirai due to an issue that they found with her heart during pre-signing medical tests. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, it had been reported that there were issues with Shirai's back, but the problems were heart-related. Shirai has been cleared by doctors in Japan for her neck and her heart, but WWE doctors advised not signing her. Shirai had reportedly been offered a deal at the same time Kairi Sane was offered her contract. Shirai participated in a WWE Performance Center tryout this past March. It was reported that she accepted a deal, but the offer was reskated due to her medical examinations. And here is a scene featuring Curt Hawkins' Romance in the Digital Age, award-winning romantic comedy film from filmmaker Jason Michael Brescia. Hawkins plays a wrestler named Pythagoras in the movie, which also stars recording artist Lauren Lolo Pritchard, Chris Warren Jr. from High School Musical, and Lauren Adams, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. In the scene, Hawkins' character Grady is preparing to leave a wedding when he unexpectedly stumbles upon his teenage crush. The scene also features Lolo, Chris Weimester from Bridge and Tunnel, and Adams. The movie also features a cameo by former WWE star Virgil, who plays the father of the groom, and you can pre-order the film on iTunes by clicking this link. PW Insider is reporting that Roman Reigns will be on next week's Raw in Atlanta. They had reported earlier that there was some talk backstage at today's Raw taping in Manchester that Reigns would not be ready to return to the ring by Survivor Series. So Jason Jordan will be taking his place on Team Raw at the pay-per-view. As noted, while Reigns will apparently not be on Team Raw, an angle was filmed for tonight's Raw which indicated that Reigns will be wrestling on the show. WWE Universal Champion Brock Lesnar is also scheduled to appear at next week's Raw in Atlanta. Next week's Raw and the Survivor Series the following Sunday are the last two shows that Lesnar is currently advertised for. He is not expected to be back on WWE TV until January to start building for the Royal Rumble. Chris Jericho continues to stay busy. Travel Channel announced that Jericho, who will be facing Kenny Omega at Wrestle Kingdom 12 on January 4th, 2018, will star in the new Travel Channel special, The Legend of with Chris Jericho, which premieres Friday, November 17th at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. According to a press release, the special follows Jericho as he brings his lifelong fascination for history's unexplained legends and the figures behind them to the small screen. Digging into the past, Jericho searches for answers that separate fact from fiction to find the true story behind the legend. In the half-hour special, Jericho investigates the legend of Butch Cassidy and the facts behind his most brazen heist in Castlegate, Utah. He heads out to the desert with professional treasure hunters in search of Cassidy's legendary lost loot. There he meets up with an expert with information on Cassidy's post-heist escape route, who helps Jericho recreate the effects of the TNT explosives once used to blow open bank vaults. I've had a lot of amazing experiences over the course of my career and my life, but searching for the truth behind some of the greatest mysteries in history is far from some of the most incredible. I'm on a mission for truth, treasure, and true adventure, said Jericho. Speaking of Y2J, appeared on screen at an event from njpw Power Struggle that took place earlier in the day, and during the show it was announced in 2018 njpw plans to return to the U.S. on March 25th in Long Beach, California at the Walter Pyramid. The G1 special is in July, had just over 2,700 fans in attendance on each of their nights in Long Beach. The Walter Pyramid typically holds around 5,000 people. During the show, Roppongi 3K was able to win the Super J Tag Tournament Finals. This was the first time reigning champions made it to the finals and won the tournament. After the match, the Young Bucks came to the ring to challenge them, and Roppongi 3K's manager, Rocky Romero, accepted. For the title matches, Minoru Suzuki retained the Never Open Championship against Toru Yano. Marty Scurll defeated Will Ospreay to win the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, and it looks like it will be Marty Scurll versus Will Ospreay versus Kushida versus Hiromu Takahashi at Wrestle Kingdom 12. Kenny Omega was able to defeat Beretta in a tough battle. Yep. Beretta, formerly of WWE, in a tough battle, and post-match accepted a challenge from Chris Jericho, who showed up on the big screen to wrestle at Wrestle Kingdom 12 in January. In the main event, Hiroshi Tanahashi defeated Kota Ibushi in an absolute war. Switchblade vignettes that ran for months revealed it was Jay White who headed to the ring and challenged Tanahashi. Full results of the show, and also from njpwworld.com. And here are your results. Also on TDE Wrestling, Total Diva Steps. Switchblade is, other known as on Twitter, at JWhiteNZ. Hashtag NJPST. And here's the results. Dave Finlay defeated Katsuya Kitamura. The Young Bucks defeated Titan and Dragon Lee. Juice Robinson, Tiger Mask 4, Jushin Thunder Liger, Kushida, and Hirai Kawato defeated Zack Sabre Jr., El Desperado, Yoshinobu Kamaru, Tachi, and Taka Michinoku. Togi Makabe, Satoshi Kojima, and Hiroshi Tanzan defeated Cody. Don't know if that's Cody Hall or Cody Rhodes. Chase Owens and Yujiro Takahashi. Roppongi 3 tag team of Sho and Yo defeated Ryusuke Taguchi and ACH. The Super Junior Tag Tournament Final. Kazuchika Okada, Hiroki Goto, Tomohiro Ishii, Yoshihashi, and Gato defeated Tetsuya Naito, Evil, Sanada, Bushi, and Hiromu Takahashi. Minoru Suzuki, champion, defeated Toru Yano, never openweight championship bull rope match. Marty Scurll defeated Will Ospreay as champion. IW Junior Heavyweight Championship. Kenny Omega as champion defeated Beretta, the IWGP United States Championship Hiroshi Tanahashi, as champion, defeated Kota Ibushi as the IWGP Intercontinental Champion. Next up is World Tag League, round robin style, like the G1 Climax, with the winning team getting a future shot at the IWGP Tag Team Championships. Teams have not yet been announced, but the tournament will begin on November 18th. Last year's winners were Togi Makabe and Tomoaki Hanma. John Morrison, formerly aka now known as John Hennigan, has been announced for MLW's December 7th show in Orlando. Hail team with Shane Strickland versus Jimmy Havoc and Darby Allin in a no disqualification match as part of the double main event. Matt Riddle versus Tom Lawler is the other main event. Tickets on sale now at mlw.eventbrite.com. Also, on Twitter, Sean Combs, formerly known as Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, what do you call him, announced that he is once again changing his name, this time to Brother Love, which is the same name of the famous 80s WWF personality played by Bruce Pritchard. The rap mogul had previously been known as Puff Daddy, Puffy, P. Diddy, and Diddy. Page 6 ran a story today about Combs' new name at a link that I did not get, which included pictures to Diddy that was posted on Twitter, which I did get comments. Sean Diddy Combs, at Diddy, I decided to change my name again. My new name is Love, aka Brother Love. Hashtag take that. And a picture of that can be found there. Well, Bruce Pritchard at Bruce Pritchard. Yo, find a new gimmick. I invented and perfected Brother Love. I am the original, and you are not. Remember North Carolina? Well, here's your raw results from Manchester. Saw Asuka pick up an easy win over a local enhancement talent, billed as Stacey Coates. Coates was played by 23-year-old UK indie wrestler Isla Dawn. Casey of Square Circle Sirens reports that Dawn is one of several UK talents that received a WWE tryout this week. Dawn is a trained professional dancer with a background in kickboxing and boxing. Charlotte Flair and former WWE champion Michelle McCool, who has been retired from in-ring action since 2011, had a Twitter exchange this week that looks like it could lead to a return by Michelle McCool for a match between the two, possibly WrestleMania. And you can see their tweets here. Michelle McCool says, finished reading Ric Flair Nature Boy. And at Miss Charlotte WWE, Second Nature, several days ago. I've been at this link. Picture probably. Charlotte comments, Miss Charlotte WWE, thank you, women. Or thank you, woman. One more match. And that can be found at this link. Michelle McCool comes back. Just seeing this, I've been dying for someone to ask. You found that link. Michelle McCool comes back. Just seeing this, I've been dying for someone to ask. Retweets. I'll post them all together. And Charlotte comes back. Is this a yes? Michelle comes back. Waiting impatiently by phone. Power up at WWE Universe. Hashtag flawless. Like I said, all of them, all in that one whole screen there. Well, back to more news. Former Tough Enough winner Josh Bredl was released from the company at the end of last week. According to PW Insider, Bredl has been given the name of Bronson Matthews after winning a contract in 2015, but never really got started in WWE NXT. Bredl had not worked live events since summer of 2016 and wasn't even training at the WWE Performance Center after suffering from conclusion-related issues. Sawyer Fulton and Chinese recruit Leo Gao were also released from NXT last week. Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega will meet at NJPW's Wrestle Kingdom 12, like I described earlier, in January, after Chris Jericho challenged the IWGP US Champion at Power Struggle earlier. According to Pro Wrestling Sheet, Chris Jericho has been in talks with njpw since August to appear at Wrestle Kingdom 12. The article has mentioned how during an appearance on the Killing the Town podcast, Jericho said he is personally paying for his Rock and Wrestling Rager at sea and hoped to get a partnership together with WWE by bringing some NXT talent on board. WWE decided not to get involved, and Jericho moved forward by working out a deal with Ring of Honor to put together a Sea of Honor tournament. The Young Bucks and Marty Scurll have already been announced to be on the cruise. On Twitter, Dave Meltzer and the Wrestling Observer noted that Jericho's WWE contract has expired, and he is currently a free agent. Thus was advertised John Cena is too, as Dave Meltzer at Dave Meltzer 1 WON. For those asking about Jericho at WK12, his WWE current contract expired. He's a free agent. Dark match before Raw in Manchester saw UK competitors Mark Andrews, formerly of TNA Mandrews, Trent Seven and Tyler Bate defeat Tyson T-Bone, Joseph Connors, and Sam Gradwell. WWE taped the matches from main event. Matt Hardy defeated Curt Hawkins. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson defeated Rhino and Heath Slater. Thanks to Jay Miles and Rue Patel for the following Raw results from Manchester, England Intercontinental Champion. Miz opened up the show with another Miz TV episode. He ripped on U.S. Champion Baron Corbin before introducing tonight's guest, Raw General Manager Kurt Angle. Miz ranted about Braun Strowman attacking him last week, blaming it on Angle. Angle makes Miz versus Braun for later. Jason Jordan defeated Elias in a guitar on a pole match. Elias sang a song before the match. Elias reached the guitar first, but Jordan used it on Elias a few minutes later for the win. Backstage segment with Kurt Angle at the bar. Asuka defeated a local enhancement talent in a quick win. Samoa Joe versus Titus O'Neil never happened as Joe attacked Titus before the match. Joe took the mic and issued a challenge to anyone in the back. Finn Balor accepted. So, Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor in a no contest as officials broke it up. A big brawl at ringside. Kurt Angle announced that Joe and Balor are now on Team Raw for the mid-traditional elimination match. It's announced that Raw Tag Team Champions Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose will defend tonight. Backstage segment with Kurt Angle and Jason Jordan. Angle makes Jordan the 5th member of Team Raw. Sasha Banks and Bayley defeated Alicia Fox and Nia Jax. Fox tapped to the bank segment for the finish. She then confirmed Bayley and Sasha for Team Raw at Survivor Series. Intercontinental Champion The Miz versus Braun Strowman in a non-title match ended when Kane interfered and attacked Braun for the disqualification. Strowman got the upper hand on Kane, but Miz and the Miztourage attacked for the beatdown. Braun fought them all off. Cruiserweight Champion Enzo Amore was out for a promo ripping on Kalisto, who was at ringside. Kurt Angle came out and announced Enzo versus UK Champion Pete Dunne. UK Champion Pete Dunne defeated Cruiserweight Champion Enzo Amore with bitter end. Kalisto celebrated with Dunne after the match. Universal Champion Brock Lesnar was confirmed for next week's Raw. Backstage segment with Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss. UK competitors will be on this week's 205 live episode, which will be on the SmackDown episode. But I didn't find any results for that. Cesaro and Sheamus versus Raw Tag Team Champions. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose was next. Match ended with new champions as the New Day's music hit, and out they come to tease another Under Siege attack, but Kurt Angle appeared with the Raw roster instead. Sheamus hit a brogue kick on Ambrose for the title change. And that concludes my Raw video for this week. Thanks again. Peace out. See you one over here. If you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.